You know, if you had told me that the person who made this music video would open a show like this 14 years later, I don't think I'd believe you. If you're one of the 3 people that haven't seen the video playing behind me, oh boy do I have a story for you. I have officially dubbed this song a post-ironic classic, and in order to describe exactly why that is, I need you to understand just how much this song was initially hated 14 years ago, and how she's been releasing stuff ever since, and it's actually really good, and she's also gay as shit, so here's the skinny. This is Rebecca Black, not the black guy, he's unrelated. She's what I would argue is one of the first ever victims of truly viral fame. All she had was a simple dream and a modest sum of $4,000 from her mother to make this video happen. That $4,000 went directly to the Arc Music Factory, who helped make this video and the music and everything else behind it happen. And so of course, her being a literal 13-year-old, she was like, I should make this song about Friday because it's my favorite day of the week because I don't have any more school and I have no adult responsibilities. Every day is its own little thing. There's no existential dread and the weight of the world crushing me down yet. And now the song called Friday has some truly impactful lyrics, such as, it's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Yesterday was Thursday, today it is Friday, tomorrow is Saturday, and what comes afterwards? You got it right. The entire song and video production went off without a hitch, and then on February 2011, it was uploaded to the Arc Music page, and then on March 2011 is when shit hit the fuck. For some unexplained reason lost to time, this video went from 1,000 views to millions in like a week. I don't know what it was. I guess a lot of people were just like low-key magnetized to the campiness and the simplicity of this. By the end of 2011, it had over 167 million views and even got her in the graces of people like Katy Perry. For those who are younger, Katy Perry actually used to be somewhat important to pop culture. And honestly, with an achievement such as that obviously comes with a lot of love and adoration. Everyone thought that what Rebecca Black was doing was very cool. It's cool that this 13-year-old is getting the chance to follow her dreams and make what she wants, and I'm just kidding, everyone hated this. This is the beginning of the attention economy after all. Everyone hated this shit and they want her to know that. There was the whole shebang up in here. We had fucking doxing, death threats. She started having to be homeschooled because of the amount of harassment she was getting at school. Guys, it might be a little bit insane for implying this, but going viral? It's not always great. I cannot imagine having all of these eyes on you, all telling you that you suck shit and you should kill yourself and you should not be in the music industry whatsoever because you suck so bad at it, when you're 13. This is why I firmly believe that no one should even be close to a public figure until they turn the age of 18. And I don't blame her, I don't blame the parents, I don't even blame Arc Music Factory for this shit. None of them were expecting this to do fucking numbers. The amount of parodies was hundreds, the amount of evil shit getting sent her way was thousands. It was not a good time. And obviously after this happened, she got so sad that she just went off the internet forever and didn't come back. I'm just kidding. If that was the whole video, it'd be boring as shit. She had another stint of singles between 2011 to 2013, specifically My Moment, which is another thing that gets stuck in my head sometimes for God knows what reason. I waited for so long, but now everybody knows it is my moment. At one point, she even re-uploaded the Friday video onto her own channel because there was a legal dispute between Arc Music Factory. I think after it went viral, they were like, hey, wait, we could actually make some actual money off of this, and then tried to just get the rights back. Thankfully, her and her mom were putting up with that shit, though, so they were able to host it just on her own channel completely, and she's been an independent artist ever since. Oh, also, she did like multiple things with Dave Days. You remember that dude? I don't know what happened to him. I think he died. However, back in 2013, that is when she stopped uploading. So she was away for 3 years, and all of a sudden she uploads to her YouTube channel again, in which she does... Wait, she can actually fucking sing? That's right, in 2016, she came out swinging with this song. No matter what your opinions are on in terms of the quality of the music, you can't deny she has a voice. And with this newfound trajectory, she proceeded to release a bunch of new singles, a couple more EPs. She even went on a fucking show, I forget what it's called, hold on. The 4, Battle for Stardom. Okay, so one of the fucking dime a dozen Idol knockoffs. She wowed the judges, including Sean Combs. Oh no. But anyway, for the people who were still on the Rebecca Black train, these self-released releases and this appearance on this show more or less solidified that she is here to stay. And this kept ringing true, as not only did she keep releasing her own shit, she actually starred in other people's shit, or featured in other people's shit. I don't think it's called starred if it's a song. There's been a few examples, but the notable ones that come to mind are with Dorian Electra? What the fuck's their name? Dorian Electra. Pog, I'm smart. Dorian Electra and BB No Money both had her on as featured artist, which put her kind of in a spotlight of not millennials that would have been mocking her during this time, but of more like Gen Z younger hyperpop fans. Now, from my perspective, I didn't know any of this was actually happening because I didn't actually hear her name again since like Saturday with Dave Days. So imagine my surprise when I get a song I recommended by her called Girlfriend uploaded 10 years later, and then I listened to the lyrics and I realized something. That's right when COVID happened, Rebecca Black came out as a gay. And then a year later, she wrote this song about getting back with her girlfriend. And it's a fucking bop. This song is the closest I've ever gotten to liking women. So obviously I heard that song, but then I listened to like the rest of the stuff that came out around that time, and I was like, nah, I wasn't like super big on it, so then I fell back off the Rebecca Black train. Then, I'm on a website called Album of the Year because I hate myself, and one day I was looking at the homepage and I saw there was a new Rebecca Black album up there. I have learned that in the last 4 years she has just become a complete gay icon, and her sound is, I think, one of the most creative pop albums I've heard this decade. Whatever small elements of hyperpop and shit came through with her 10-year remix of Friday. Did I mention that she did a remix of Friday for 10 years? It's honestly kind of bad. I didn't like it. But since then, with her debut album having kind of a similar thing sonically, and then now with this shit, I fucking love this music video, by the way. You should watch it. This album was called Salvation. In anticipation of this project, the music video for the song Trust came out, and it currently has over 1 million views, and the top comment is what JoJo Siwa thought she was doing. And I completely agree with that. This shit is like Lady Gaga Fame Monster levels of pop. She even called Sugar Water Cyanide off of that album a song for the gays.
Rebecca, this song's too dangerous. It's too fucking gay.
And it kind of makes sense that she would feel that way because according to her, gay people pretty much were the reason she still exists. I think that I've always really known that there was a connection that I had to the queer community way before my own personal story with it. Just from the ways that they've supported me before anyone else did. They led my mission way before anyone else understood it. At the time of recording, she's currently on an almost completely sold out tour, including the stop at Toronto that I wish I could go to, but I didn't get tickets in time and I hate myself. Did I also mention that she happens to be a fucking DJ? Who played at the fucking Boiler Room? I don't entirely know how to describe this set, so I'm just going to read this comment. I never thought I'd see someone doing poppers while Rebecca Black samples Hannah Montana, but it makes sense. Rebecca Black out here just doing a side quest, doing an entire dark techno set for the Boiler Room, and then she caps it off with a mashup of Charlie XCX 360 and
7 a.m. waking up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs, gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal.
Now, really quickly while you're watching this, I just need you to pay attention to something. It seems really silly to draw like really special, like close attention to this, but look at how everyone's reacting to Friday right now. Look at the amount of fucking jubilee in the room that there is. Everyone's losing their fucking minds, but in a good way. They're bathing in the nostalgic, post-ironic dopamine of reliving the early days of 2011. And look at her up on stage. She feeling herself, she going off, she is at peace with this shit, and that's where she stands right now. She's doing great as a DJ, she's doing great as a performer, her tour is clearly doing numbers, and she's doing all this while being an independent artist. Bitch got the motherfucking cheat codes. Bitch basically had to do New Game Plus after getting the bad ending in a game she barely played, and she still came out on top. This is why I call Friday a post-ironic classic, because everyone loves it ironically. I don't think anyone really likes the song, but it's less so much what the song is and more what the song stands for. Picture this, right? Imagine you're 13, you upload something to this weird fucking new website that only really started popping off a couple years ago called YouTube. You're like, I'm gonna share myself, I'm gonna try a craft, and I'm gonna expose a vulnerable part of myself to this weird ether in my computer. Then imagine that all of a sudden the video is getting viewed by tens of thousands of people to hundreds of thousands to millions, and all their eyes are on you and they all hate your fucking guts. Obviously it doesn't feel very good to have all these opinions being thrown at you talking about how you don't belong in the industry you're trying to break into, how you shouldn't be creating art the way that you want to. And of course it's only cyberbullying, so you just turn your computer off and you go about your life. Except for you can't do that because now you're getting doxxed and you're getting emails with death threats that the police have to get involved in. You can't go to school anymore because the bullying is so extreme to the point where you're basically getting assaulted. You're getting thrown food at you every fucking day. And you want to go somewhere else to escape it, to get away from the crushing torture of your life. But your face has now been seen by hundreds of millions of people that all associate you with this one thing that they really, truly hate. There is no place for you. How the fuck would that make you feel? I can tell you that a lot of people, myself included, would probably just break the fuck down, never go online ever again, move to fucking Africa or some shit, and get the fuck away from any sort of, like, setting ever. There's a million different ways you can handle the situation, and a lot of them involve forgetting that something ever happened in the first place, hoping that you eventually get over the trauma to just live a semi-normal life, and then just be at peace. However, some people are strong enough to just fucking tank that shit, apparently, because look at this shit! Can you believe this is the same person who made Friday? Rebecca Black was getting some of the worst that the internet had to offer. There were actual threats to her life coming in. It made her life a living hell. And she took that shit and she kept building momentum from it. Yes, the haters got to her, obviously. There were periods where she didn't do anything at all. There were periods where she was so horrifically depressed that she didn't want to release anything at all. But it never stopped her. She kept on creating, she kept pushing through, and it's honestly so fucking admirable. And if she hadn't done that, if she hadn't kept fighting through, carving her space into a music industry that millions of people told her she did not belong in, we wouldn't have this celebration of one of the biggest songs of 2011 just happening in this room. Rebecca Black could have quit. She could have let the hate get to her, she could have stopped producing, she could have hid somewhere, she could have just tried to live out a semi-normal life after that. But she didn't. And now we're getting pieces of art that wouldn't have existed otherwise. And I think I wanted to talk about this because now more than ever, I think it's an important story that people really need to hear. Perhaps on a smaller scale, you've posted a piece of art or something that was pretty non-conventional by modern standards, and you've gotten pushback for it. You've been told that it's bad or it's wrong or that you should stop trying because if this is the best you got, then there's no place for you here. I know how much it can really just beat you down when you read stuff like that, but when that happens, think about what this bitch went through. She had millions of eyes on her, all incredibly vindictive and vitriolic, ripping her to shreds for years and years, and she made it through. And if you can, so can you. Make your own Friday. Who gives a fuck if people like it or don't like it? You can still have that piece of art that you made for yourself. You can still have so many other pieces that you've made for yourself, and they'll eventually coalesce and grow into something so beautiful and monumental. You're valuable. Your art is valuable. Even if you don't see it yet in yourself, even if a bunch of other people don't see it in you. It still is. Keep doing that shit. Keep practicing at it. Keep making it better and better. Because if you don't make it, no one else is going to make it for you. And if someone does, they're going to give a lot less of a shit. I just think catching up with Rebecca Black has been amazing. How she's gone from the internet's punching bag at the age of 13 to being 27 and being this queer hyperpop icon who's just owning her shit. I guess the main moral that I'm trying to get across is if you have doubts about your art or whatever you're making, if you have doubts that people are even going to like it, if you think everyone's going to hate it, let them. Some art is not for everybody. Rebecca Black even says herself that salvation is primarily meant to be more towards the queer community. And even if you don't have an intended graphic, or even if the art doesn't land and everyone ends up not liking it, just keep building off of that. Use it as a stepping stone to go towards what you want to do. Because you will get there eventually. I believe in you. Your mom believes in you probably as she's cool. If she's not cool, then, you know, fuck that bitch. I barely have a script when I make these and I don't have an ending. So, stream salvation, bye.
Thank you to the patrons: Gordon, Hakaimono, Foxy Boy, Calicrane95, Jargiru, Theo Firefox, Serialsaurus, Mano Kalos, Beast King Barbaros, Uber Bounty, Joel, Aki, SF, Serval, Squall, Noodle HD, and Okari, as well as the YouTube channel members Donnie Bryson, Stan Dan, and Theo Firefox. Sorry if the quality sucks, I am on my phone.